Let's take you now to something quite special. In India, the royals of Baroda were among the largest and wealthiest princely states. Their home, the Lukshmi Vilas Palace, is famously the largest private residence in the world. It's considered 4 times the size of Buckingham Palace. Now, CNN News 18's Akanksha Swaroop takes you around the royal palace in Vadodara. She sat down for a conversation with the family. Take a look.
Four times the size of Buckingham Palace. This is the largest private residence in the world. Welcome to the Lukshmi Vilas Palace in Vadodara. It is owned by the Gaikwads, the rulers of the princely state of Baroda. The royal palace is now led by His Royal Highness Samarjit Singh Gaikwad and his wife Maharani Radhika Raje Gaikwad. Often compared to Maharani Gayatri Devi of Jaipur, Radhika Raje Gaikwad is toasted as a beautiful and progressive Maharani of this era. She shares her understanding of princely India in modern times.
Princely India in today's time is as relevant as you choose to make it. I think the titles are redundant, as we all know, but there is still an affection that the people hold for the family, for the members of the family, and for the past, the present, and for the the future. If you see, my daughters are receiving so much love and support for their initiatives. My daughter is only 17, older one, and her project is. People are supporting from around the world, and it comes because of the legacy, because there is a trust, that is so closely, it's co-joined with the family. People have the ability to support, lean in, trust the family, because they know that there will be no ulterior motive. We are not going to be fly-by-night operators. So that's how it is relevant today, as relevant as you make yourself.
Perhaps Raje's own beauty is a reflection of the Lukshmi Vilas Palace, one that she owns. Spread across 500 acres, it has over 170 rooms. Built in 1890 by Maharaja Sayaji Rao Gaikwad III, the Lukshmi Vilas showcases the Indo-Saracenic revival architecture style. The facades of the palace are dotted with features such as small domed chhatris, cusped arched openings, and jharokha windows. Back in the day, the royals of Baroda ensured that the palace has every luxury you can think of. At the time of construction, it was equipped with the most modern technology available back then, such as wooden elevators. The tropical trees and water fountains still provide relief to the scorching Indian afternoons. The royal element is further enhanced with sculptures. Rajmata Shubhangini Raje Gaikwad tells us more.
It has been a very iconic building, and considering that it is now over 100 and almost 30 years, I think, around that time, because it was completed in 1889. It was a very modern building for its time in those days. And I think Maharaja Sayaji Rao, he built it. He was living in an older palace in the middle of the city, and then he was building this. So he wanted to get sort of the best, the techniques of building and the best engineering feats which the Britishers had at that time. And so he had an English architect. But the brief was always that it has to be Indianized in some way. It shouldn't look like a building in England or something like that, even though the architects were from British architects. So it was very Indianized.
Rajmata's daughter-in-law sheds light on how Nari Shakti is in fact embedded in the DNA of Gujarat.
Baroda has always had a history of very strong women coming down from the Maharani who adopted Maharaja Sayaji Rao against all odds. So, and I've seen that my grandmother-in-law was regent of the state of Baroda. My mother-in-law is extremely inspiring and visionary. And I draw inspiration from that because I don't see women always in high positions holding agency. And that cuts across classes, it cuts across society, it cuts across countries. So I feel blessed that I'm in a position that women are already empowered. So I was given this platform that I could, follow and be authentic to what I really wanted to do. And also the fact, Akanksha, that I have 2 daughters. Ours is a patriarchal family. Today I have 2 daughters, and it is a conscious decision that we have them because we realize that there is so much pressure in households like ours to produce a son because it is always the male heir.
The Baroda dynasty is historically known for progressive women, one who stood up for themselves. But this royal family has also redefined regality in modern India. With video journalists Rajesh Bharadwaj and Vasant in Vadodara, Akanksha Swaroop, CNN News 18.